Are you actually socially awkward, or do you just not go outside? Do you not touch grass? Do you not talk to people? Because let's be honest, it's kind of the same thing, but I think people believe that they are the type of person that's not good at talking to people, that there are people that are good at talking to people, and that I am this person that is not good at talking to people. And you probably think of yourself as someone that I'm just naturally not good at this, right? I'm not good at talking to people. I never have been. I'm socially awkward. I'm socially anxious. This is how I am. But I don't like to think of this as something that you are or aren't. It's just that some people push themselves to talk to more people and other people don't. You push yourself, some people will push themselves into uncomfortable situations and get themselves to meet new people, talk to new people, and other people will avoid it like it's the Black Plague. And if you are someone that avoids social confrontation, social situations, like uncomfortable situations where you have to meet a bunch of new people, like the Black Plague, you are probably going to be very socially awkward and very socially anxious. It's not because that's how you naturally are, it's because you don't talk to enough people. And there is a difference, even though it kind of feels like it's the same thing. But my point is that you're not naturally socially awkward. You've just made yourself to be this way. There are people out there that you probably see all the time, and I know these type of people that are just super social. It feels like they can make friends with anyone, they can talk to anyone they want to, and it's weird, right? It's kind of confusing. When I was younger, I was not the most confident. I was not very good socially, and still to this day, I'm not the best at it. And for most of my life, I was pretty scared of these new social situations or talking to someone new, especially when it came to girls. Like, I'll be honest, it was mostly girls. I was fine sometimes, talking to adults and stuff. I was fine with that, but if it came to like me talking to a girl or going up to a girl, that was scary, right? That was really scary for me. I was like, this is something that I'm definitely not good at. I'm not like those guys, those popular guys that they're actually talking to girls every single day. Like, I talk to my friends and we play video games, okay? We don't talk to girls. And when I finally started to do this whole self-improvement thing, making these videos, something that I held off on for so long was cold approaching. And cold approaching, you can say what you want about it. It is very helpful when you are very scared and your heart starts pounding so much when you see this girl that you're attracted to and you're like, okay, let's go. We're going to talk to her. We're going to talk to her. We're going to talk to her. You have to like hype yourself up to go finally do it. And it took me so long to get there. Right? Like, my whole life, I felt like I was this person that I wasn't really extroverted. I mean, I never considered myself to be a super big introvert, but I definitely didn't see myself as a super ultra confident guy that I could just go up to anybody. I thought there were other people that were just like that, and that wasn't me. I wasn't like that. I can't be like that. That's not who I am. And I think it's just a spectrum that we're on. Some people maybe start off a bit more confident. Maybe some people start off a bit less or bit less social. But it's a muscle that you flex. It's something that you train to become more social, better in social situations, and to be able to approach anyone. That's always been my goal. I want to be able to talk to and approach anyone that I want to talk to, because I should be able to, right? It's my right to talk to whoever I want to, so I should be able to go do it. And it is scary. It is difficult sometimes, but you need to get out there and start talking to more people and meeting new people and introducing yourself and forcing yourself into random uncomfortable conversations, or not even conversations, but these uncomfortable sort of approaches and saying hi to someone or waving at someone. That might even be really uncomfortable for you. Going outside on a walk and literally saying hi, waving to people across the street, saying hi to the person that crosses your path, that might be really difficult for you. And that's where you got to start, right? You got to start at the place that you're at. Maybe you're not up to the point where you're just going to go cold approach a girl straight up. Like, you go outside or you go to some place, you see a pretty girl and you cold approach her and just say hi, talk, maybe get her number. If you are not at that point, you have to start off at the point where you're at. And you actually have to build from there. But it's a skill. It's like anything else. So being social and being able to socialize with many different people, it's a skill. And I think that the more you put it off, the more you tell yourself, this is how I am, because that's what I used to do. I was putting off this idea that I didn't have to cold approach girls, like it would be fine, like I don't got to do all that. But I realized more and more that I was just procrastinating. I was putting this off, saying it wasn't important, even though I knew it was. I wanted to be able to talk to and approach whoever I wanted to, especially girls, but I wasn't putting in any action towards that. And so I was constantly living my life very scared. I would always be like looking around, seeing all the pretty girls, but I wouldn't say anything to them. I would notice and I would think to myself, imagine if I went up and talked to her. But it was only in my mind, and I would never ever do it. And I'm not saying I've approached like thousands of girls. I've probably approached 20, 25 girls in my life, but it's not really about the fact like if I was going to approach tons and tons of girls, it's not really about like getting the number or even getting a girlfriend. It's about the fact that I should be comfortable approaching people that I want to approach. And think about it like this. You should, in your brain, feel like you have the right, because you do, to talk to these people and not have to worry and overthink so much like, are they going to like me? Or do they think I'm weird for talking to them like this? Is this the right situation? All of these thoughts that you have, you overthink so much when it comes to social situations because you're not putting yourself into those social situations. There is no way around the fact that it's going to be weird and awkward and difficult at first. You have to force yourself into these situations or else you're never going to get better. If you stay inside your like goon cave all day doing nothing, playing video games, are you going to get better at socializing? No, you're going to get better at video games. That's what you're doing. That's what you're spending time on. So if you want these things to happen, if you have this same goal of me, if you want to be able to approach whoever you want, and you want to be able to talk to whoever you want, and say whatever you want to people, and not feel this immense anxiety or this immense pressure to be a certain way to this person so they don't think you're weird, or just, I'm not going to talk to them, I'm not going to make eye contact, I'm going to think these things in my head that I think this girl's pretty, or I want to talk to this dude because I think he's cool, but I can't do it, right? If you are able to get over that in the first couple of approaches, the first couple of times you say hi to someone, you meet someone new, right? If you can force yourself to do it even when you don't want to, it's going to get easier and easier and easier. I don't know if it ever really goes away. There's always some sort of like nervousness when you meet someone new or you meet someone that you want to talk to and it's a complete stranger. I think that's always going to be there. But you can make it so much easier for yourself because right now it's a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 difficulty, 10 out of 10 fear when you see this person that you want to approach or you see someone that you want to ask a question to, and it's just this immense fear in your chest. The more that you go and do it, the less that fear is going to be, right? It's going to become an 8 out of 10. It's going to become a 6 out of 10, 4 out of 10. And once you get to a point where the fear isn't that bad anymore, your fear is much less than your desire to go talk to the person, then you're going to do it all the time. I'm not saying I'm some social like savant guru and that I'm the most confident person in the world and everyone would tell you Max is like the most confident guy ever. That's not how I am. But I know that I've gotten so much better than where I used to be. When I was just this pretty, I would say, insecure, nervous kid that I didn't like to put myself into any uncomfortable social situations. I would avoid like eye contact. I always get nervous when someone else is walking down the hall. You know what I mean? And you're like crossing paths with them. You like don't want to make eye contact. You don't want to be weird. Don't say anything. That's always how I felt, especially when I was much younger and going into middle school. And maybe that's just natural. Maybe that's how it is. There weren't that many confident people at that time, if I'm going to be honest. But even in high school, bro, like it's something that a lot of people struggle with. A lot of people struggle with it. I would notice even in class, like sometimes I would feel like nervous to give answers or to like raise my hand or to speak. And I feel like it shouldn't be like that. And I didn't want it to be like that anymore. So I forced myself into the uncomfortable situations. Like even if you feel that same way about class, you have to start like talking in class to make it easier. Raise your hand more, answer more questions. It will start to feel easier as you do it more. If you never do it though, you are never going to get comfortable with it. It's going to be something that you have this fear all of your life. And I don't know if it's a good thing to live like that. I really don't want to live like that. And I don't think you do either. It's not fun. Constantly being scared and anxious in social situations, meeting new people. I want to be cool, calm, and collected. I want to be charismatic. So that's why I'm trying to practice. It's not my like ultimate focus right now, but it's something I want to improve in. And I don't want to be stagnant in this area and realize 20 years down the line that I could have had met my wife, met some really cool people, if I just forced myself to get over this fear and faced my fear and actually went and approached people, talked to people, said hi to that neighbor, that random neighbor that you walk by every single day. If you were to take on those challenges, take on your fear, you would have gotten to a point where socializing isn't really a problem for you in almost every situation. And that is the goal I think you want to get to. Be comfortable in almost any social situation. And I know I can get there. I know you can get there. It just takes reps. It takes practice. It takes flexing that muscle. And you just can't not talk to people if you want to get better at it. I know it sounds so stupid, right? Like when you bring it into words, like of course you aren't going to be good at talking to people. You're going to be anxious talking to people when you don't talk to very many people. It's just how it's going to be because you don't have the experience in order to have the confidence. You don't have the evidence in order to have the confidence. The evidence that you know how to talk to people, that you know how to approach people, that people like you. People like talking to you. The more you do it, the more you will realize those things, the easier it will be. I hope you learned something. That's all for the video. Like, subscribe. If you like the video, right, actually think about it. Do you like me? If you like me, then subscribe. I really appreciate it. And as always, never stop improving. You'll be grateful for it later.